It's dinner now we lie. Yeah, then I saw no suicide. Yeah, we'll be lying. Yeah, 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 mm, Rule number one: never trust no girl. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Never trust no. Ba da da na na da da na na da na na da na na. Da da na 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 right. Yeah, yeah, my thoughts are suicide. Yeah, da na 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 na. Yeah, boom 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 boom. Oh, all right. Let's go to Twitter and put this on there. Copy link. Alrighty, and then alrighty, and then I just need to give me 1 second. I'm about to start, guys. Just making sure everything's set up correctly. We love, baby. We love, baby. Yeah. All right. What's up, Rant, bro? What's up, baby? All right, cool. So, couple of things that's new for the Manga Rundown episode 2. I realized that the reaction part to the Manga Rundown when I was doing My Hero is a little slow. I'm not really good at reacting because my face is like this most of the time, and I'm not really doing much because that's just how I naturally read chapters. Now I could fake it and come in and be like, "Oh my God, what? Deku, let's go!" You know, I could do the King of Light and stuff, but that's just not me. That's not my brand. That's not who I am. So I'm not gonna do that. Also, I don't think My Hero is good enough right now for me to react to it. Like, you know what I mean? It's not good enough for me to warrant a reaction. So I'm not going to be doing a My Hero reaction anymore. So we're going to cut that piece out from the manga rundown until until My Hero either picks back up or we get another series weekly to react to. Um, Also, because I know a lot of people don't really like My Hero, we're going to be moving the My Hero discussion to the very last discussion every time. So we're going to go through all the other manga, then My Hero will be talked about. That way, people can see other manga, and people that are not interested in My Hero can see other manga that I'm reading. That way, it'll be a lot easier on, just everybody in general. So, hey, yo, what's up, Baze? What's up, Ramp? So yeah, My Hero will be moved to the end of the discussions. So we'll be starting with another. So every week we'll be starting with a new manga. Instead of My Hero. What else? What else? What else? What else? Uh, this format will most likely be shorter than it was last week and going forward because a lot of the manga I read do not come out weekly. They come out monthly or bi-weekly. So with that being said, most likely the the stream will be only be 30 to 45 minutes, if that. And I think that's perfect. That way, people don't like to sit down for an hour to watch something if they're, especially from somebody new like me. That way, I can keep the time condensed to a shorter time. I think the longest portion of the manga rundown will always be the me reacting to the first chapter of a series, because simply put, that is a long process, because the first chapter is always like 50 something pages. And I've thought about it, and I'm only gonna pick two manga to react to every time now, so that way we can keep it short, concise. I really don't want this to be going on for like 4 or 5 hours. Like that's not something I want. So yeah, all right, we could go ahead and get started. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in right now. Uh, and we're about to get started. Give me 1 second. All right, cool. So the first manga we're gonna be talking about. Give me 1 second. Was a manga recommended to me by my boy Shax, and Shax gave me the manga out. Now, m- out is a delinquent manga. Can we ban Light for the safety of the chat? I don't know, man. Light hasn't really been doing nothing too crazy, so we will give him another chance, baby. We'll give him another chance. We'll give him another chance, man. Yeah, but Shax recommended me out. This delinquent manga is fantastic. It's one of the best binges I've enjoyed it. Uh, Now I can't even say in recent memory, because I said the same thing about Tokyo Revengers. Something about delinquent mangas just get the meathead in me going. Just I get hot, I get hyped, I get pumped, and it is absolutely is the art is gorgeous, the dialogue is hilarious. I laughed a lot during this read through. Same with Tokyo Revengers. It has lighthearted moments, and then unlike Tokyo Revengers, this is very, very dark. This is like really dark. Like people are dying in here, and that's just what it is. Now, from when I initially read the first chapter last week, I completed all 189 chapters so far that's out in English. So I will be not talking about a specific chapter. I'll be talking about the manga in totality. And very, very simply put, this is the nearer the ending of out, I'm finding the same issue I'm having with Tokyo Revengers. I feel like it's going on a little too long. But I think that the only reason I'm feeling that way is simply because I don't like the flashback we're in. I don't really care for the character. I think that the flashback has been going on for like five something chapters, and I'm like, come on, man, I'm sick of this. But other than that, the main character is fantastic. The side characters are all lovable and enjoyable. And one thing that I think is different from this manga to Tokyo Revengers is that the second gang that's introduced, the sixth generation, the previous generation of of the main gang in the series, I like more than the new than the current people that we've been growing up with, simply because their reasonings for wanting to take back over are so much better and so much more enjoyable for me as a viewer than our current gang. They want to take back over so they can disband the gang, and I think that is fantastic, because once you find out what the 2 generations ago did, it's kind of hard to be on our gang's side when we know exactly the what they're fighting for and what they could become. Our current gang could become one of the most vicious and ruthless gangs um out there. Like the fifth generation gang was dismembering people, was burning people, they were raping people, they were attacking civilians and friends and members and family members of gangs. They had the cops and the yakuza looking at them ready to take them down. Like all these things that were horrible and wrong, the fifth generation embodied them all. It had all the surrounding gangs shook. It had the cops shook, and it had civilians scared. And then they not only that, they started a war where like they had a whole bunch of deaths. They had people kidnapped, people that are still missing to this day. Like it was ridiculous. In the sixth generation, what they did was they killed the fifth generation boss, which was that was like, if someone has to do it, people in their own gang was like, he's doing too much. Now the seventh generation come along, and because the seventh generation are scumbags. Not only did they not like that they killed the fifth generation's boss, they also set up the sixth generation to take a fall and go to jail. It's like, bro, the sixth generation did what was best for not only the gang itself, but for everybody in the town. And then they want to continue that legacy of the fifth generation, and I can't rock with that, especially after finding out what they did. Like, bro, sixth generation gang, and I think that's why the main character ended up siding with the sixth generation, because the seventh generation, the fifth generation should not be a thing. They need to be wiped out completely, and I think that's why we have such a stark contrast to where randomly the main character is working with the sixth generation. Of course, he met them previously, and also let's talk about that when the sixth generation, when the main character met the sixth generation accidentally, the amount of fun that they had together was phenomenal. I immediately vibed and like everybody in the sixth generation way more than the seventh generation. It was insane. I was like, bro, I like all the characters. They're all relatable. They're all easy to identify with. And I was like, it's a no-brainer. This is who I'm going with. This is who I'm going with. And now we're in the final battle, like the final war in this series, and man, people are dying left and right, man. It is really sad to see that these high schoolers that's 17, 18 have bright futures, 15, 16, 17 are dying for like something that really doesn't matter, man. At the end of the day, like it doesn't matter. And what the sixth generation has realized is that it's better that this doesn't exist so that people could potentially live a different life, man. And the seventh generation is still stuck in having to be delinquents. And not even just regular delinquents, like maybe I'll rob a store or something and like run out laughing, but they were doing real crimes, like real deal, like disgusting crimes. The sixth generation aren't innocent by any means. They're not innocent, but they're more of an ends justify the means type of people. They're doing crazy stuff so that they can so this never happens again. Period. Yeah. So Out is phenomenal. I would recommend anybody that loves delinquent manga to read Out. Like it's fantastic. The read through is amazing. It's 189 chapters. I know that's a tall order for some people, but just take your time. You'll enjoy it so much. Bay said, "Delinquent manga are the bridge between shonen aspects and the seinen class. It's goofy, but there is an undercurrent of maturity. I would suggest checking out Crow series if you want more." Yeah, 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 yeah. So Out is phenomenal. Everybody read it. I can't say more praise about it. I will be the next. I won't be checking out Crows next. The next delinquent manga I'll be checking out is Clover that Wave recommended to me, and that's like 402 chapters. That's the reason I really chose it because there's so many chapters I'll be able to just continuously read, and then that way I probably won't finish that in like unless I really get disgusting with like and get 50 like the Gluttony Trio and like just to really decide to finish it. I probably won't finish it in time for the next manga rundown, and that way I'll just be able to, have something to continuously talk about through the manga rundowns. But if I get bored during the week, I may just finish it also. It all depends. All right, so let's go on to the next manga, Hige Hero. Again, Hige Hero continues to be a slice of life that I just phenomenal. I enjoy it. This latest chapter, this is gonna be a really quick segment because this latest chapter covers some things that happen in the anime, but it's kind of is doing things differently, but they're all ultimately going to the same result. So in this chapter, we have a conversation between Goto and Mishima, and talking about the new female that's introduced, Yoshima's old senpai from high school. So they have a conversation about basically her impact on Yoshima's life, Yoshida, on Yoshida's life. How that he seems to be more in love with her than he's ever been in love with a girl. His reactions, how he's looking at her, and it's just basically them two having a conversation. Mishima is trying to interfere with that so that maybe Goto or her can get Yoshida, but Goto is like, bro, we cannot. interfere with this man's feelings. Even if we do and we succeed, eventually over time, his feelings were going to go back to what they were. So we shouldn't interfere. We shouldn't try to change this man's feelings and let him naturally either choose one of us or her. And if he does, that's his choice. And Mishima's ready to fight for it. I'm not saying either one is wrong. Goto is taking a more passive approach, and Mishima's taking a more aggressive approach. Neither one is specifically wrong, but I kind of side more with Goto. It's like you can't really change Yoshida's attitude. You can't really have him pick one of y'all through means that aren't the best. But I also see Mishima's point where it's like, bro, if you want something, you got to grab it, and you can't be afraid to you can't just sit back. You got to go for it. So that was just basically the conversation between the two, the entire chapter. Really good chapter. I enjoyed it, but it's not really much to dive in into dissect with Hero again. So I don't know when the next Secret Hero chapter will come out, so this is probably gonna be the last time it's on the manga rundown for a while because it's very sporadic how they release the chapters. They say it's on the 26th of every month, but it didn't come out and it's very wonky, very weird. So Hiki Hero, great series. Who knows where it goes from here? All right, the third manga we're gonna be talking about is Takamine Takamine, or however you pronounce it. Satsuki just I saw Satsuki posting this in the mid manga chat of Savage Mob, and I was like, "Who? What's this art style? What is this? I want to read it." I had to beat him down to finally let me see what it is and to give me the link to what it is. But Takamine is is an etchy series. It's a slice of life that is hilariously like crazy and wacky and like it's out of this world. So basically, we have the main character and main female and main male character. The main female character is the stands upon the hierarchy of the school. Um she's good at athletics. She's good at academics. She's nice to everybody. She knows everybody's name in the school. She's literally the epitome of perfection in the school, and everyone looks up to her. The main character, the male character, he has a crush on her. He idolizes her, pretty much like everybody else in the series. This is where the plot twist comes in. One day, because the dude is lonely and a loser and a simp, he's eating lunch in the gym closet, and then he sees the main female character come in there, take off her shirt, and he saw her breast. Now, yo, what's up, Dustin? What's up, Wave? What's up, Light? And what ends up happening is, crazy enough, this girl can alter time and reality, which is an insane feat. Like, what kind of power is that? You can alter time and reality, and the way she alters times in reality is that anytime she removes a article of underwear, so like panties, bra, it doesn't matter. Time goes back to a specific point to where she can change whatever she wants. Now, the main character isn't affected by it. And the reason he's not affected by it, you guessed it, is because he saw her breast. If anybody sees her breast, they're not affected by her time, and they keep their memories and they know exactly what's happening. That's not where it gets crazy. That's already crazy enough, but that's not really where it gets crazy. Where it gets crazy is that they have a confrontation, and she asks him to be her closet. So basically, what happens is, anytime she uses her time manipulation, she lose her article of clothing permanently. It just disappears from reality. Like it's crazy. So immediately after she uses it, he has to stand by her at all times. He has to put on her article of clothing back on her, no matter how many people are around her, no matter what's going on. He has to find a way to put the clothing back on. And he was like, "Hell no, I'm not doing that. What, are you crazy? Are you stupid?" What ends up happening is they fall on each other, and then she says Kia! And then everybody runs into the into the into the room, and he's on top of her. Her shirt's open, and it looks like he's about to about to force himself upon her. And then everybody's like, "Call the cops, this dude is despicable." And then she was like, he tried to and he's like, "What the hell is going on?" So she was like, "If you want me to change this, you gotta become my closet." So he's forced into a relationship where he has to be basically her slave, anytime she want, or she can go back in time and make it so that he goes to jail for like assaulting a girl. It is insane. It is crazy, and I love it. It's disgusting, but I love it. Rex, you were supposed to read Gosu. Rant, you never linked it, bro. I told you to link whatever you want me to read into the chat or like so I can read it. This is you. I read it this week, bro. But yeah, this series is crazy wacky. I'm only on like chapter 6 or 7, but I will be continuing to read this, and once I catch up, I'll be back here next week to talk about it. So if etchy and slice of life isn't like your thing, and like wacky comedy and stuff isn't your thing, and you can't just have a lighthearted series, then I wouldn't recommend this. Like it's not the best thing. It's mid. It's 100% mid, but I enjoy mid, and it gets me through the week. So I like it. I would recommend you watch you read it, but yeah, just link it to me in Discord. Just add me in mid manga rant, and I'll read it when I get to that part. So yeah, this series fantastic. Whew. Hold up, I gotta drink some water for this series, man. Whoo, whoo, whoo. Boruto, Boruto. All right, man. We gotta have a real honest discussion about Boruto, bro. Like, it's good, man. Okay, it's good, yo. It's good. Like, Boruto had his issues in the beginning. And I always say the issues that Boruto had were not because of the mangaka's fault. The mangaka that writes Boruto had to do something that no mangaka really should ever have to do. He had to tie up all the loose ends and make a coherent story from what Kishimoto left him. Oh, y'all hear something? Boruto, y'all, bro. Boruto's that stuff, man. Let me finish talking before y'all get in. Y'all say it's trash, okay? Let me finish talking. Boruto had his issues in the beginning, bro, and mainly because of the mangaka, bro, of Kishimoto and his artwork and like well not his artwork, his story, and the mangaka had to correct those issues. So the beginning of Boruto is just a whole bunch of correction of issue, making Otsutsuki stuff make sense, making everything make sense up until a point. So now this current chapter, oh my god, bro, the interactions between Boruto and Naruto are so good now. Like seeing Naruto as a true father now is amazing. Like the slice of life bits of them interacting is fantastic. Now that we have a goal in mind of stopping Boruto from changing into Otsutsuki, turning into Momoshiki, we have a definite goal. So their relationship is fantastic. And then we got Naruto and Kawaki's relationship, and it's such a weird thing to see because at the beginning of Boruto, we see that Boruto and Kawaki have a fight, and they're fighting on the destroyed Leaf Village, and we see that Kawaki apparently killed Naruto, and Boruto's fighting him, which is such a stark contrast to what's going on now because Kawaki is saying he sees the seventh Hokage Naruto as a father. He wants to protect Naruto, and he looks up to Naruto more than anybody in the entire world. So it makes you think what happened, what made us go from this point to that point, and I think is tremendous. And then we get to see like Kawaki, who was beat down and brutalized as a kid. Like his training was very hardcore. It was practical. Fight, 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 fight. There's no like analytical in it. It's just like I'm gonna beat your ass until you get stronger. That's basically what Kawaki's life was. And now in this chapter, we have Sarada, Mizuki, Boruto, and Kawaki training, and Kawaki's like, bro, niggas, why are we doing all this? Why are we doing all this ninjutsu training where we just sit here like this and meditate? He's like, bro, the best way to train is the practical training is to always fight, get an experience. And Boruto and Sarada are like, bro, we have to think sometimes. We got to sit down and think. So Boruto and Kawaki have a fight to see which way they would train. Boruto ultimately ends up winning because Kawaki no longer has his karma. And since he no longer has his karma, he uh he doesn't know how to fight without it really. So and Naruto and Konohamaru was having a conversation about what to do moving forward, how Naruto is impressed by Kawaki. So And also everybody in the chat, bro. Like, if none of y'all have caught up to Boruto, don't say nothing. Like, nigga, like I said in the beginning that it wasn't the best thing in the world. Like, and y'all, like I'm saying, it's perfect. I'm saying Boruto is like a 6.5 or a 7. Boruto is a really fantastic read, man. Honestly and truly, like, like for the past 10 chapters, just 10 months, I've had zero complaints about Boruto. It's been good. It's been enjoyable. Like, it's like Boruto saying they so hard, man. Obviously, y'all have this predisposed opinion of Boruto, so it's like it's not much I can really do to change y'all opinion. But I enjoy Boruto. I don't. Of course, I'm not like after it finished, I'm like, oh Boruto, Boruto. But when I see it's released on the Shonen Jump app, or I'm like, huh, oh Boruto's out, I get to enjoy this again. And it's a surprise every month, and I enjoy Boruto a lot. So I mean, it's not 10 out of 10 stuff, but like it's something that I enjoy reading because I enjoy seeing how Naruto grows as a father. I enjoy seeing how Boruto gets to what we saw in the end game. I enjoy Kawaki. I enjoy Sarada's potentially becoming the second female Hokage, stronger than than Tsunade. So yeah, I enjoy Boruto, man. So it is what it is. Fuck you niggas. On to the next manga. Mid Hero Academia. Alright, man. Let's talk about Mid Hero Academia real quick, bro. This latest chapter was like a 6.5. The chapter itself wasn't bad, but herein lies the issues with My Hero Academia. The chapters have, for the past 3 to 4 chapters, the bubble of the chapter themselves in a vacuum are good. But once you take a look outside the chapter itself and look at the overall narrative, nothing is connected anywhere, bro. Like, it's just, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, we see Deku be able to use quirks back to back to back to back, like in crazy orders that we've never seen him do before. Like, the six quirks aren't an issue. The issue lies where Horikoshi is not executing properly on the six quirks. So we got we got to see Deku learn one for all, the strength stuff. We got to see him learn Black Whip. And we've been learning about float since the beginning of the series. After that, Smoke, Fajin, Danger Sense. We've literally not seen Deku learn any of these things, but for some reason, somehow, some way, he's able to use them perfectly. And Fajin, he never even tried to use it. He only heard about it, and then in this fight, he's using it perfectly. Now he can go from 45% to a pseudo or a fox in the official translation, 100%, where he could be at one for all 100%, like All Might, or like he is, or Deku when he finally learns everything, just by using 5 Gen. And it's like, that's really bad. Like, why is Deku being able to do all these things? And it doesn't have that same emotional weight and feeling as he did when he finally learns Black Whip, when he finally uses Float, because we were built up on those things. Horikoshi isn't building up on anything anymore. Like, Horikoshi is no longer building up on this stuff, and we just get power ups, power ups, power ups, flashy, flashy, flashy. And this is what the people that hated on My Hero wanted. This is what the Mihas wanted. And Horikoshi is delivering out in spades. He's like, here, you get a power up, you get a power up, you get a flashy moment, you get a dope moment. It's like and what we loved about My Hero was the setup to these dope moments, the emotional weight that carried with these dope moments. But we no longer have that. We just have the dope moment itself, which is fine, but it's very shonen and it's not what My Hero was in the past. And that's the issues I'm having with things like Deku and his six quirks now. The execution is not what My Hero was in the past. Now let's go in and talk about Nagant. Nagant is just like, why is she even in the story, bro? Why is she even in the story? Her backstory, all her accolades, all of that stuff. Why are we getting it through her? Why are we getting it through this character that we don't care about instead of getting this backstory through Hawks? Hawks doesn't have to be the person killing all these people, but this side of society through the Hero Commission, we should have got it through Hawks because we care about Hawks. Horikoshi for the past 20 chapters since 295 has been giving us information, giving us dialogue, and giving us plot relevant stuff to characters we don't care about. So we're getting stuff to characters we don't care about, which in turn makes the reader not care about what's going on, and it makes it hard to forgive certain things. Let's go back to Yoamusha. When Yoamusha retired, and he was like the big hero that was retiring, it was like, who cares? I don't know about that guy, and it makes it even less believable for me that other heroes are retiring when we got Yoamusha. Now, instead, if he would have had Kamui Woods retire, and had a parallel to where in the beginning of the series, Kamui Woods was the up and coming hero. He was the one that was going to show out, and he was the true hero. Then you have Mount Lady, who was the fame seeking hero. You can have their roles reversed, where Kamui Woods like, bro, I can't do this. I saw how Mount Lady was injured, and that shook me up to my core, and I saw what's going on. I can't be a hero anymore. And then we have Mount Lady, who was the fame seeking hero, like, no, we gotta stand our ground and protect this. And we have the roles switch and Kamui Woods retire. As a reader, I would feel that because Mount Lady and Kamui Woods were the first two heroes we've seen in My Hero Academia. So we'll be like, oh my god, Kamui Woods retired is really bad, and then you feel that in your heart. But you don't have things like that anymore in My Hero, where the characters, we're not getting things through the characters we care about. And then not only that, Deku Takano Jutsu Nagant to where her mentality changed. She had been out of jail for like a week, and she was ready to take back over the world. Like, not take back over the world, but like have all for one takeover and stuff. And then Deku does a couple of things, grabs her arm, says a couple words, and she was ready to switch up. Do you feel he's rushing towards the end? Um, I don't know if like I'm not going. All right, here's one thing. I don't think Horikoshi's rushing anything. I think this is a story that Horikoshi wanted to create, and this is the story that he wanted to craft. I think that people think that he's rushing to the end, but I think no. I think Horikoshi is writing exactly the way that he intended to write from the beginning. It's just that now that we're getting near the end, it's just not living up to the expectations of what we got in the beginning. So, but I do think My Hero is ending very soon. I think My Hero ends anywhere between next year or the year after that. Um, I don't think we got too much longer on My Hero, especially with the way he writes and he's always written, where we get a lot of information in 20 some chapters. And people have been telling me like, wait 20 chapters from 295, you're gonna see Horikoshi switch up. Uh, Not much has changed. Um, and instead of truly building everything up like we thought he would, he did a time skip, and now he's retroactively going back and showing us stuff instead of having everything done in moment in time. So like, here's my thing. I didn't like Shigaraki losing the war, but he did. Whatever. Let's move on. Now that we have, now that we have this thing that's going on in the hospital, what Horikoshi needed to do was have Deku talk to All Might, have them have a one-on-one conversation, have Deku talk to Bakugo about what's going on, have Deku talk to Gran Torino, have that conversation in real time, have Deku talk to the Vestiges in real time, and have Deku talk to his mom in real time. Have all of these things happening in real time so we could care about it, because the war just ended. We need to know all this information. Have the Todoroki backstory, have the Hawks backstory, have how all of these things ties into the hero commission, like the Nagant stuff, have that happen in real time, like when we learn about all of that stuff, have us really see the repercussions of what's going on in society with the civilians and the villain and the fodder villains and what the civilians are doing. And then also switch over to Shigaraki so we can learn about what's going on over there, because the plot at this point doesn't move forward without Shigaraki, because the whole plan that Deku have is to save Shigaraki. So unless we know what's going on with Shigaraki, things are happening in the world, but the plot is not really moving forward. We're just learning about what's going on with Deku. Have all of that happen in about 20 chapters, span that about 20 chapters, and then we get the scene where Deku's on the gargoyle. Then after that point, we just move forward. It's just forward, 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 and we can enjoy, and we can like, it's like, oh, all the build up, and now we're seeing Deku fight Muscular. Now we're seeing Deku fighting the gun. Now we're seeing all this Deku stuff with the quirks. It's like, if he would have just built all that up in real time, I wouldn't have a problem with what's going on now. But we're retroactively getting stuff instead of just continuing on the present, which is an issue I have. Wave said, "How do you think Shigaraki and All for One would play out?" Um, I would like to say Shigaraki kills All for One, and then he regains his forces, and he has a final fight with Deku. And I think ultimately he loses, but I don't know, bro. I really don't know the way Horikoshi writing. Horikoshi could literally have All for One take over Shigaraki body. That would be trash, but it could happen. It could happen, and the percent isn't like that really that low for the way he's been writing recently. So I don't know. Hopefully Shigaraki kills off for one, takes over everything, and you know he's a lovable villain again that we all enjoy. So not gonna lie, after the failure of the villains during the war, I lost interest. I'm floating through the current events. Yeah, I feel the same way, Baze. And what the My Hero community has been doing recently is they've been saying that you're only mad because what you wanted to happen did not happen. All right, let me debunk this once and for all the people out there that's like keep saying that you're just only mad because what happened didn't happen. My Hero Academia is the only series where you're allowed to say that. In Game of Thrones season 8, people are upset, but nobody is saying you're only mad because of what you wanted to happen didn't happen. Everybody collectively came to the consensus that things were set up and they weren't delivered upon, and the things that we got instead weren't good. So it's not that we were expecting something to happen or we put it out of our ass. The series wrote itself in a way to make collectively all the millions of Game of Thrones fans think something was going to happen, and it did not happen. And what we got instead was trash. Now, turn it over to My Hero. During the war, there was not a single person that thought that Shigaraki was going to lose. And people say, oh, retroactively, they looking back and say, oh, when he was at 75%, you should have known. But that's not what Horikoshi was showing us or conveying to us in the slightest. Reading My Hero week to week during the war, it was like, before Shigaraki wakes up, the first user of One for All was like, oh my god, there's a transcendent being. We see Shigaraki wake up, and then we see him destroy all this stuff, and we see all these people dying that don't really die, but they were dying. And the feeling we got was dread. It was like, oh my god, how many people are gonna die? Oh my god, Shigaraki is gonna do this. And then even when Shigaraki lost his quirk, at no point was anybody scared that Shigaraki was going to lose. Everybody was like, he's going to come through this in triumph because this was Shigaraki's All Might moment. This was Shigaraki's All for One moment where he tells the world, I am here. I am here. And against all odds, like a hero, I'll win. That's what was being portrayed to us. And that's what we were being shown. Am I wrong? Like week to week, everybody was like, "Oh my God, what was going to happen?" We were. This is one of the first times where we were rooting for the villains to win, and then what we were rooting for the heroes was not to win, but to get away. For some of them to make it out safely. That's what we were rooting for with the heroes, but nobody was rooting for them to win because Horikoshi was writing it in a way that showed that this was Shigaraki's turn. This was his turn. Like, like retroactively, yeah, we can look at it hindsight 2020. Oh yeah, Horikoshi never intended for Shigaraki to win. But reading this moment to moment and week to week, bro, it was hard to say that Shigaraki was gonna lose. Even when his body started ripping apart, it was like, okay, well, that doesn't matter, nigga. It's Shigaraki, baby. He's gonna win because this was being portrayed since MVA. Bay says the argument seems flimsy at best and near non-consistent at worst. I completely agree with the argument. Yeah, yeah, but yeah. So that's the issues I've been having with my hero. Is just simply that he's not writing a cohesive story, and the emotional impact for things are not there. Gageto Maki was able to plow through the cities only to collapse when he gets to the battlefield. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. If you was gonna have Gageto Maki collapse, have him collapse before he gets to the battlefield so we don't get the hopes up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just have him collapse before we get our hopes up. But we get our hopes up, he collapses, and then Muriel and Best Genius come back in the same chapter, bro. I went back and saw it. 292, Best Genius and Muriel came back in the same chapter. It was just like after the Davi reveal, my hero started going. Phew. So so that just debunks like the oh you just wanted something to happen, bro. Stop saying that. It's a dumb argument because you can use that with basically anything, and it invalidates the opinions of everybody that reads, watches, or enjoys media or content. Like it's such a dumb argument. It's so dumb, especially because like I can see you saying, "Hey, I wanted Eri to come out and beat Shigaraki." that is one is something. Then if you get mad that didn't happen, then okay, then you're dumb. But when what we wanted to happen is what was being shown in the story, you can't make that argument at all. Not at all, man. So yeah, that's my hero in a nutshell. So now we're gonna go to actually let me give me real quick. Let me drink some water. We're going to head on to the oh yeah, oh just real quick, the rating I gave this chapter is a 6.5 out of 10. If anybody's wondering, that's what I gave this chapter. It's not bad. It's actually enjoyable, like with the artwork and everything. The action scenes is cool, but there's just no emotion. It's not My Hero Academia. It's Meathead Hero Academia. So yeah. So we're gonna go over to the reaction portion of this video. Um, and anybody that recommends me anything, I will be happy to read it. If nobody has anything to recommend me, I won't read it. Rent said he wanted me to read Gosu, but I don't see him linking it anywhere. What's the Boruto rating just to compare? That chapter was an 8 out of 10. That chapter was fantastic, bro. If we're talking about overall series ratings, then My Hero is like an 8, and then Boruto is like a 6.5. But just for those chapters, that Boruto chapter was phenomenal, bro. I loved it. It was an 8, especially from where Boruto came from, man. And like the shaky start, because I had the same opinion as y'all as I was reading the early Boruto. So, you know. Blah, 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 blah. Any recommendations in the chat? If not, we'll just end it because I don't see where Rant posted the link. Mid manga. Do. So I don't know what Gosu is. Rant hasn't posted the link or anything. So oh, it's on Webtoons. Oh, it's a Webtoon. Nigga, still post a link somewhere. I like where do you where's the first link? I don't. You gotta post a link, right? Let's see, Webtoons. Check out Chojin. All right. So Gosu and Chojin. Gosu. Gosu. All right. Let's see what this nigga Rant talking about. Let's go all the way to 10. All right. Wait. First episode. Gosu. Kaizen rating. Jujutsu Kaisen. I can't. I can't rate Jujutsu Kaisen because I've dropped it 3 times. But from what I read, it's like a 5 out of 10. But that's a rating you should very take with a grain of salt. I would take that rating with a very 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 heavy grain of salt because Jujutsu Kaisen is just not for me, man. All right, let's get on to the reaction. Gosu by Ginryu and Munjon Hoi. Some Asian names, bro. First chapter ain't the best, bro. I only read the first chapters on these things. And then Bay said read Chiojin X. Bay's of Shamu. All right, since Rent said the first chapter ain't the best, I'll read Gosu on my own time, Rent. I'll just read that on my own time. Since you said the first chapter ain't the best. Shamu. So, could y'all link these series like in the chat or just send them to me on Discord and I'll read them. Shamu. Shimon Lee. Anyways, how are y'all doing today, man? Like how is y'all day going? How's everybody day going, man? Another week of me trying to fight the good fight. No nigga read it. Okay. Okay, I read. All right, Rant. Yo, chill out, Rant, man. I get you, bro. Like, yo, don't attack me, man. All right, sorry, Wave. I read yours next week. Rant told me to read this, man. Yo, like, whoa. Whoa, Jamal, don't pull out the nine. Like, calm down. All right, prologue. One of, if not the greatest martial artists, well, one of, if not the greatest martial artist in the world, the leader of the Poshon. Oh my God. Oh, Asian words, Korean words this time. Oh, they're so much easier to read in my head because I could just like filter, but when I'm reading them out loud, man. All right, the leader of the Pinocchio clan, Da Boy Choi or something. I don't. Man, I hate these names, bro. All right, the leader of the Pachan clan, Doko Young, the Sky Destroyers. He and his followers brought fear to the world of martial arts and conquered most of it. But Doko Young disappeared for an unknown reason. His followers. Oh, actually, you know what? If y'all want to read along with me, don't slander me. There. If y'all want to read along with me, there's the link to the series. His followers and the forces divided without their leader just in just a few years. And the years went is what? Bro, alright. Is what is told, but it's all lies. They betrayed me. Hebe, Guion, Maxa, Hansa, the warriors who pledged to lay down their lives instead is conspired and tried to assassinate me. But of course they will never know I Dako Young am still alive. Haha, just wait for my return, you bastard. This dude looks dope. So so you're saying you need to kill them all to settle old scores because you are my heir, right? Alright, I like this. How do you know what I was going to say? This is the first time I've spoken of it. Nah, not the first. I've heard the stories a few thousand times. You've repeated this over 10 times today already. I did really. This nigga is senile. Well, okay, whatever. What do you plan to do after exacting my revenge? I'm going to open a huge dumpling shack and eat a bunch of. Forget dumplings. I'm going to rebuild the Pachan clan and conquer the world. That's my boy. That's the mindset of the heir to the great. Hey, young young. Yes, master. Now that I have passed down everything about the Pachan clan's 12 secret skills, as now I'm going to tell you a story about the grudge that I kept a secret. I'm not going to repeat, so listen carefully. He keeps repeating the same story. So the greatest warrior in the world of martial arts sighed. So, master, what happened to him? His followers and he. Not much later, the master passed away. Yo, this dude looks dope. He got all these swords and staffs on his back. Oh, this looks dope. I immediately followed his final wishes and headed to the central district. Hebe, Guillaume, Guillaume, Muxa, and Hansa. I, Gang Yong, will make sure to avenge my master's deep-rooted grudge by killing you all. They're dead. Wait, what? Dead who? The warriors that you just missed it. Hebe, Guillaume, Muska, Hansa. They were the four divas of the Pachan clan, right? They've been dead for a while now. As soon as Dr. Young went missing, they tried to take over the clan and fought against each other and died. The Pachan clan has collapsed. This happened even before I was born, but the story is so famous that even every martial artist knows it. But how can he not know the story with those swords on? Must have been training in a cave. Dead? They're dead? Oh, damn. What happens now? What about the revenge? What about my exploits? And what about this webtoon? All right, man. All right, I'll read this. I'll read this. This was a funny chapter, man. This was a funny, good first chapter, bro. Oh, this was the prologue. It wasn't even the first chapter, but the prologue was good. I enjoyed it. Let me add this to my bookmarks. I will continue to read this. Um, so I'll have something to talk about on my next one. So yeah. And now we're going on to the next series, which is let's see. Oh, Trojan X. Oh, base. This I already read this. I already read the first chapter of this. Yeah, I already read the first chapter of this. So I guess we'll read Waves. Hey Wave, can you link me Shamo? Let's see if Wave is gonna link me Shimon. I don't know if Wave is gonna link me Shimon, but I read it and I was very confused about what's going on, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I need chapter two to really, put my finger on what on what's going on in the series. I don't know if do you know if there's gonna be a chapter two, or was this just a one shot, or is this a monthly manga? Does anybody know? Cause I'm still waiting on Wave to link me the Shamu series. If not, if he's Wave got like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna just end the stream. If not, because I don't know what he's doing, and I'm hungry, so I want something to eat. Well, while this is going on, let me order something. What do I want to order? Bro, where's Subway? I want some Subway, man. I'm not gonna lie, I want some Subway. Honestly, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know what their plan is with this series. But if we get chapter two, I'll buzz you. Thank you, base. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess Wave is in Lincoln Shamu. All right, well, I guess I'll just end it in the stream. All right, well, that's the manga rundown episode 2. Thank you everybody that came through. It was a great stream again. I'm gonna look at the stream again and watch it all the way through and see what I can improve on again. I think this was a lot cleaner than last time. It was a lot less downtime with a lot of things. Uh, I think that removing the initial reaction from my hero is great. It lowers the stream time. I think that going forward, ain't that the link? What link? What link? Wave? I didn't. What link? You didn't give me a link to anything. Where are you linking me? On Discord? On YouTube? Like, I'm confused on what link you're talking about. Like, what link? I don't I don't know. But yeah, um, I forgot what I was saying. But thank you everybody that came through. Rant, Light, Wave, Based, Morgan. The one above, just copy and paste. Bro, I'm really trying to figure out what link you're talking about. The only link I have is what I posted. Oh, we can't link in chat. It's a mod feature. Oh, this was said link in Discord. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out. Why y'all can't? Oh, I just okay. Well, I'll react to that next time. I won't read it during the week, so I won't catch up. Or actually, you know what? Wave in Discord, just link it to me, and I'll read it during the week, and then I'll talk about it as an actual piece of the discussion parts of the chapter because I don't my chapters don't come out weekly, so I'm not really gonna have anything to talk about next week besides my hero. So I'll read as many series as I can to have something to discuss. So yeah. Thank you everybody. Love you all. Y'all be safe. Have a wonderful Sunday. I'll see y'all next Sunday at 12. like 12, 15, because I'll read My Hero chapter first, and then I'll talk about it. So have a wonderful day and night wherever you are. Love you, Rex out.